Are we streaming? Saying offline. Says I'm streaming here. What's going on? I'm streaming now. G'day everybody, it's Matt Dorm from Lawnporn. Welcome to Lawnporn Live, a live stream about lawns and how to get a good one. Get your lawn on, everybody. Well, I hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon. This video is a live stream, so you can, if you're watching it live, you can come in and chat away, and I'll put the chat up in a second. But this episode is about my second week of my TifTuf installation and talking about all of it and questions and whatnot, and yeah, so that's basically it. That doesn't sound very professional, does it? But anyway, we'll get the chat up. I'll just see that goes up on the screen, and I might just put this over here so I'm a bit more centered. So if you want to chat, you'll see your questions appear on the chat. So I'm going to go over to the actual chat here and just make sure it's working. I might even just put hi, and if someone could give me a message to say that, hey, your audio is working, it's saying, my computer program's saying it's working. So yeah, that would be really handy. So look, I've had a big week, and I'm gonna have my quick little whinge here. I've had a big weekend of trying to sort this program, so fingers crossed it is actually working and doing the right thing. So if you've got any questions, you can put them in the live chat. Oh, looks like I've got 14 people watching, so it's all happening. It's all good. So people are seeing it. Hopefully people can hear it. If someone could give me a message to make sure that they can hear it, I'd really appreciate that. If no one can hear this, then I will cancel the stream. But yeah. So anyway, look, I see Brian's question there, and I'll answer that in a second. My second week of my TifTuf installation. Look, every day was above 40 degrees this whole week. The week previous was a bit cooler, but it was very windy, and so I decided not to fertilize because of the wind, and you know why that is because the foliar sprayers, they need, you know, something that's not blowing at 50 kilometers an hour to be an effective foliar application. And look, I would have done a launch at the lowest level, and that's what I would have done for my fertilization. Yep, working, mate. Thanks, Matty, and thanks, Brian. So I'm all go. Now, getting back to the questions, getting back to my week one, should I say? Look, it you know, didn't, the conditions weren't there, and then I had the extreme week of heat, and I'm just not going to fertilize when it's 43. Simple as that. As you can see from the pictures, the lawn's doing really well. And look, when I first put it down, a lot of people sort of said, "Well, why haven't you filled in on the edges to?" Because the edges of the slabs will be, you know, burn off a little bit. Look, they come back and everything like that, but I wanted the lawn to grow into the ground a bit first and attach itself to the ground, which TifTuf does very quickly, I might add, before I started filling in those edges. And look, a few other people said, well, why have you used that stuff all with the stones in it and everything? Look, it's all that I had available. I'm in a country area. It's really difficult to get quality wash sand. It means a special trip for me to Adelaide. It just wasn't able to be done, so I had what I had. Look, I've got the stones up. Last night I actually, when it dried off a little bit, I went over it with the rotary mower. It sucked up a lot of the stones, and today what I'll do when it's not 40 degrees is that I will go over it with the Swardman, with the roller brush, and that will sweep up a lot of those stones. So that will also sweep in that top dress a little bit as well. So that's the plan of what I'm going to do. Read the stones. I've already posted a picture of it already on the Facebook page, and you can see that it's starting to sink in already. It's going to be quite a quick recovery, especially with this weather. Okay, so getting to the questions, and thanks for them. Brian Edwardson, g'day Matt. I've been told TifTuf requires less fertiliser and does not like high nitrogen. Any advice on the Lawnporn products and TifTuf. Okay, I got told the same from the guys at Lawn Solutions. The ground that I've got is quite nutrient rich as well. Except for the sand underneath, which doesn't hold nutrients, but that's, I'm talking about my top dress that I purchased, which is an 821 from Heinrichs. It's coping quite well with that. In regards to the Lawnporn products and TifTuf, it will be absolutely fine. Lawnporn products will work with any grass type. In regards to the higher nitrogen fertilizers, I dare say they're telling me that because it's growing so quickly that it might cause a bit too much surge growth. I mean, already I've mowed it 3 times in 2 weeks, and the ground now is able to be walked on, and Heidi's had a couple of plays on it, but this is obviously the first time I'll be using the Lawnporn products on this soil type. I have heard of other people using it, but a lot are saying that you just don't need as much fertilizer. Look, I'll find out about that for sure. But it is an amazing turf, as you know. So, okay, what else have we got? Looking a little rosy, mate. Yeah, it's hot. This room is really hot, Sam. It's the door's shut, and this is the hottest room in the whole house. Yeah, so that's why it is. I've been out working, and look, it's a bit of the lighting as well. So yeah, no. So any other questions about TifTuf? Certainly put it down. Have I got all the questions? What made me choose that? This is from Paul. What made me choose that grass type? What are the pros and cons? Is it hard wearing, drought resistant, etc.? Okay. Number one, why I went for it is it's a cooch. I'm a bit of a cooch fan, especially coming from the Santa Ana camp, which is my favourite. High wearing. It is high wearing, but in my area, it's not going to have a huge amount of wear. I don't have any pets anymore, but I hear that it wears very well. A lot of sporting ovals, for example, are using it. Also, I live in a desert area. If you've just watched the video that I've just posted, I did a little bit of an aerial shot with the drone, and looking at the grass, and then you just see the complete desert and salt lake that I'm right next to. My house is basically built on a sand hill, so it shows you just how arid and dry it is. Yes, I did go for it for that quality. Look, I haven't tested it yet to see how low it can go with the water. In the winter time that's coming up, well, the autumn and the winter time, my watering will reduce to 1 deep early morning watering a week, and see how that goes. And then during the summer times, it's 1 to 2 times. I mean, in the winter, you might not need to water it for a couple of weeks. It just depends on your weather and situation like that. But because I'm in an arid area, yes, that's why I chose that. So the arid area, the drought resistance, yes. Cooch, I like, yes. Look, the other properties are that it beds in very quickly. It's certainly the quickest thing I've ever had bed in on the installations that I've done. Look, it holds better winter colour, so that I'm yet to see, obviously, because I haven't gone into winter. Look, my last winter with my Santa Ana at Whyalla, I went into it very well with and looking after it very well all the way through autumn, and when it hit winter dormancy, I just had to ride it out, and it still looked very good. I grew a little bit longer, so it gets that extra little bit of sun, because that sun becomes less available during that time, and also as an effective weed mat, because a taller sward canopy and nice and thick will block the sunlight getting to the ground and weed germination. and stop weed germination, should I say. And look, there's also other tricks like pre-emergent herbicides, which you can put down. Now's the real go time for pre-emergent herbicides to stop weeds coming up before they even germinate. However, I won't be using a pre-emergent. It's too soon. My lawn needs to grow in a fair bit more. A lot of the pre-emergent herbicides have a root pruning sort of quality to them. So if you've got shallow roots, you could be injuring your lawn using a pre-emergent herbicide. So something you've got to think about before rushing in and using pre-emergent herbicide, so to speak. All right, is there any more questions? All right, from Aden Main. Hey, would you get Lawnporn products in Geelong? Maybe Mitre 10 or Steel Shop. Look, the way the stockists sort of work is they either contact me and I hook them up. Amgro do all the running around in respect to that, so it's what they can sort of come up with, and because I work full time at a different job, so I can't do that. But if you've got someone in mind, they can flick me an email or a message on Lawnporn, and then I can get the ball rolling. It's really quite easy. You get a credit application, and you get the price list and documentation to help you. You can also apply for, and it doesn't cost you anything, like little cardboard displays and everything like so. The buy-in's really cheap. You don't have to get a whole heap of stock, so I think a lot of people that have started stocking it have sort of been caught with their pants down a little bit, because they stock just this little amount, it gets sold out straight away, and then they get more, and they just keep buying the minimum amount. Now, having said that, any Mitre 10 in Australia can get it in for you if they don't stock it live. Now, they just have everything at their own warehouses, so they can they've got it on their system. They just look it up and they can get it in for you. So when they do a catalogue item, and it's completely up to them, it's not up to us, it's not up to me. When a Mitre 10 or a Stratco want to do it as a catalogue item, if they do it as a catalogue item, then all the Mitre 10s, for example, will have to stock it. But it's all up to those companies what they do. So there you go. I think there's a Reese irrigation in Geelong. I'm not 100% sure. Look for our stockists, either going to www.lawnpornonline.com, go into the stockist section, look at the state, find who you got there. That's the ones that we know that are live. Some are live we don't know about, they don't tell us, or something like that, which is a shame, because I want to put their picture of our products on the Facebook page, and that lets people know and it promotes their business. But it's up to them. And look, you can also go to www.bitmylawn.com.au, and there's a store locator so that you can search for by state and postcode, and if you pop that in, that'll give you all the Mitre 10 home hardwares in your area that do stock it or can stock it. So I'd suggest that you ring first and then make sure that they've got it, and if not, you can order in. You can also do click and collect, Mitre 10, click and collect, Stratco. I'm not sure about home hardware. I did look the other day and it wasn't there, but there's plenty of options. You've got toolroom.com.au. They can send it to you. They're in Victoria. You've got All Mower Spares in New South Wales. They can get it to you. Our Lawnporn star Brendan Weekly, he's got a shop as well, the Weekly Mow, and that's spelt W-E-E-K-E, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y, weeklymow.com.au. I'm pretty sure I haven't stuffed that up too much. Sorry, Brendan. Okay, I'll get on to the next question. TifTuf don't come and seed, which is a bummer. Well, that's true. You have to buy that from Turf Farms. Look, it's the initial expense of getting rollout that completely does your area is well worth it, in the sense of that you will use less water establishing it. You will have basically a weed mat straight away, because it's going to be thick and lush, and that stops the weed germination, and yeah, basically you'll be spending less money on chemicals and care. If you haven't got the initial funds to say get 100 square meters, you can only afford 50. You can cut it up in bits and do what's called stolonization and grow in, but you'll only be able to do that during growing season. So, and you will use more water to establish it, because you'll have to keep the surface just that little bit moist while it grows in, and you'll have to keep on top of weed germination, things like that. So there are options. Another option is, and the cheap option is, find somebody with the variety that you want, and ask if they're doing some aerating, and if they are, see if they'll give you your aerating and your scarifying clippings, and you can just plant that. But again, that's another spring sort of summer thing to do, so you have to wait to growing season. Okay, where can I buy a shirt? If you go to www.lawnporn.store, we've got shirts. I will have some shirts coming up at the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show to give away, not to sell, and hats and everything else. So golf balls, the whole lot. So that's 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th of March. It's the end of this month. So I'll be in Melbourne all those dates. Come and say good day and grab something free off me. Yeah, for sure. Okay, all right. Aidan says thank you, that's great. Come Reno, no, this is another one from Brian, and Brian's got some TifTuf, I know. Come Reno time, what's the plan? I only go rotary for scalping to lower, is that okay? And how low? Okay, yeah, TifTuf, you can guts it down to 0. Obviously it's a couch, it'll have rhizomes under the ground that will come up. The thing about, and look, the last 2 seasons I've basically just had to go a low rotary mow, and that's fair enough, and it works. However, you really would like a scarifier just to rip into that soil a bit, and it just thins it out that bit. It can get a bit too thick too soon. It's a bit hard to explain, but this season I'm definitely sourcing a scarifier. The last 2 seasons I haven't had it. Look, I've got away with it with Lomo, and look, 99% of people will do that, but a scarifier is much better. The recovery will be a little bit longer with a scarifier, but the results are well worth it. It just opens it up a bit, and it just comes back much fresher and nicer. So, okay, I hope that does that. Darren, thanks for answering my question. That's all right, mate. What's your background? Who started this business? Oh, geez, that's a long one. Okay, look, my background originally is in hospitality. I worked in pubs and worked as a manager for many years at one of the pubs that I worked at. I really enjoyed that career. I did that for about 15. During that time, I've always, wherever I've lived, done turf and just at a home level. I'm not a horticulturalist. I'm not a trained greenkeeper or anything like that. I just have a love for turf, and I don't want to go into it too much, but I work for the government now, and I was travelling around here, there, and everywhere, and one of my postings, I was actually placed at Port Wakefield, and I lived at the caravan park just across from the bowling green, and I love turf and everything like that, and I just went, geez, I really want to get into it when I get home full time. So 2014 I got back home full time. I was getting smashed at work. I wasn't very happy. I wasn't coping, and and my wife just sort of said to me, she said, "Oh, you've always talked about, you know, doing YouTube videos about your lawns and doing a separate Facebook page," because, you know, my lawn was looking really good and everybody was commenting on it and asking me lots of questions. So that became quite busy. So I separated my personal page from the Lawnporn page, and that's how it happened. One of my colleagues and now business partner is he said, "Oh, hashtag Lawnporn" on a lot of those things. I saw that around about 2013, 2014 thereabouts, and I said, "Well, that's a cool name. I'll use that." You know, even before the Lawnporn page, if you look at Matthew Dorm on YouTube, you'll see that I've got a video I did, I think 2015 or something like that, well before the page, and it's called "Tips to Get Lawn Porn." It's a bit of a funny video, and so I started the Lawn Porn page. Short story, it went nuts. We made shirts, and then a lot of companies were talking to us about becoming, promoting their products, and we did that for a little while, but decided to do our own thing and go out on a limb, and we have, and that's sort of the short story of it. And it hasn't been easy all the way, but yeah, that's how it works. I have done the videos and since the 22nd of August 2016, and that's the day I started up the page. And it's just been nuts and crazy ever since. So 80,000 odd people have now joined the community. It keeps growing. I just work hard at it, sometimes too hard, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, I just try and do the best I can for people that are interested in lawn. Simple as that. All right. I seen a YouTube video on TifTuf Bermuda, and it was seed. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, mate. I've always got it as rollout. Brian's looking at getting a Swordman with interchangeable cartridges, and with a little emoji there of a very happy face. Yeah, it'll make you happy for sure. The top dress that I put down on the TifTuf just yesterday, there was quite a lot of little stones in it. And I'll be using the Swordman to pick that up with the rotary brush. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm going to do that when that gets a bit cooler. Those cartridges are certainly fun and interesting. And it was good to see that Steel Shop at Coburn in Western Australia now started selling those Swordmans. So that's really good news for the Western Australian market, because there's a lot of keen lawnies out there. Oh, well, 22 minutes, and hey, look, thanks for joining in. Look, it's something I'm going to do every week, is chat about the lawn, or chat about my video, or whatever that's happening with Lawnporn, answer some questions. It's just something to do after the video, and yeah, it's basically the format I'm going to run at every week if everything runs smoothly, which, you know, it sort of has in the last couple of weeks. So I've been able to keep up a schedule. So 2:00 p.m. Adelaide time is when the video comes out, and straight after that I'll be doing the Lawnporn live. So yep, yeah. Now I've put up some tips for your autumn lawn care today. Go have a look at that. We've got the new autumn lawn autumn program, should I say. So go to lawnpornonline.com and go to the programs and tips section, and go to the autumn care one. I can't remember what I've called it now. I'll have to look. I don't want to put you in the wrong direction, so I will look. Programs and tips, Lawnporn, autumn 2019 program and calendar. Now, some people have been saying that they can't see that on when they open it up on their phone. It'll be right down the bottom, so I've just got to get into the program and do some editing and chuck it back up to the top. I don't know why it's doing that. It's just a formatting thing. So yeah, so well, yeah, this week ahead, I'm just waiting for that weather to drop. Wednesday, it looks like it's going to be 28. After, you know, another record heat wave, off the back of another record heat wave. That is when I'm going to get my 4 seasons down. I'll be following my autumn program from there, and, you know, adjusting it to my needs. I definitely won't be going launch at 100 mil per the 100 square meters. I'll be doing the lower end of the scale when I get to my launch application. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing in the next few weeks. You know, I'll start my season off right with 4 seasons. It's a micro prill that sits lower in the sward and the canopy, and dishes out those nutrients in slow release fashion. That's nitrogen and potassium. There's not many fertilizers on the market that will have dual slow controlled release, and we've also got the iron in there to give that nice deep green. So that can last up to 16 weeks. Look, in this hot weather and a hot start to autumn, it will not last 16 weeks. My guess is it'll be dropping off around about 8 to 10 weeks. But look, we back that up with the launch and root builder weekly in the program. Then that's more for the condition than the colour. Just getting those roots in the condition for dormancy, which is really the whole focus of autumn, just getting it in the best condition you can for when it goes to sleep. All right, now I've gone on for 25 minutes. I have yabbered enough. I've got to get back to my Sunday. You've got to get back to yours. Get your lawn on, everybody, and we'll see you next time.